Well, if we're speaking about exam term, we can just go back to the past when I have the last semester, and for example, maths and stress analysis normally could take me like 2 3 weeks of preparation of the exam. But at the end of the day, when you prepare for an exam, it's the same that when you're preparing for a race. It's the same sort of experience at the end of the day. You have to prepare yourself mentally, physically as well on the race car for a race day, but you just need to perform in one day at your max level in that topic. Let's go to stress analysis like I have on the exam, and I just needed to review all of the topics, what could be 5 exercises I had on the exam. You think about it on the race, you have the same. You need to know where your rivals are going to be stronger than you on the different cars. You know when you're stronger than them. So it's the sort of the same when you're gonna arrange an equation and you need to just get the value of the mass. You need to see what is gonna be the bending moment of the beam. I don't know. There is so many uh, comparatives that you can do from the racing life to an student life and to a normal day life. That is just it's just amazing. So as I said, it'll probably take you like around 2 to 3 weeks to prepare for an exam and 2 3 weeks to prepare for a race. Some people can say motorsport, any sort of motorsport, a part of a bike, you're just on a seat driving a normal car and it can not require that much effort driving a race car. But if you think about it, we're applying so much pressure with our left foot, obviously for the left breakers, the time that you spend on the car, the heat that is inside the car with all of the suit, helmet, everything. I think racing and more endurance racing is one of the toughest sports in the world because you need to be so mentally prepared and so physically prepared. And all of the trainings that we need to do, they are mostly intense, high temperature based, and it could be nuts at some point. All of the type of preparation that we do, we need to have a strong neck. We obviously, our core needs to be strong because all of the g forces, how the movement is applied, how you need to brake for the car, fight with it, take it to the corner. At the end of the day, when you are driving, you are dancing with the car, you are having a handling, and to have the handling, the car requires a force to be moved, requires that force to just do what you want it to do. So our preparation needs to be key for a race that it could last 24 hours. You're doing eight hours minimum if it's a three driver car, and it's tough. At the end of the day, you're just not driving a normal car with all of the assistance that you have. You are fighting, but you are dancing at the same time with it. So the physical preparation is super important. You need to be at the same level as a marathonian athlete. You need to be at the same level as super athletes, and that's why probably some athletes from different sports can be references as well used for motorsport, because the way of they prepare, the winners, they all have the same thing, and is that we are just not able to stop and just to be practicing and training and preparing ourselves. So yeah, I just think motorsport is one of the toughest sport physically and mentally, that's for sure. And you need to be really, really well prepared. If not, the sport will just eat you. I'm Tommy Pintos, as you might know. Well, but yeah, Tommy Pintos, 20-year-old. I'm an Oxford Brookes University student studying motorsport engineering, and I'm a McLaren factory driver. But to get to this point in my life, there has been 19 years, or well, 16 years based in the motorsport world. Starting obviously when I was a young kid, my parents made the mistake to put me in a go-kart, and since then I just fell in love with this sport. Been doing go-karting until I was 13 with multiple Spanish championship, European races, done many things on go-karting. In 9 10 years you got plenty of time to obviously do a lot of races. From there we decided to do a little change based on obviously all of these MotoGP drivers. I'm a huge Valentino fan, And I always liked the way that he prepared his years doing the rally, the dirt bike. So we just decided with Emilio to do a change in our driving career, become more of a 360 driver, and spend 1 year doing dirt, doing rallycross. That gave me a lot of experience. And then in 2020, we're talking COVID year. It was a tough year for us, but we kept racing. We went to the UK. That was my first year doing proper racing with some real cars, the Ginetta Juniors. And then 2022, I started my journey with McLaren. I did my first GT4 championship in the South European Championship, finishing third. Really happy with the performance in the first year in the GT4. And then the opportunity of the McLaren Trophy came up in 2023. We raced alongside with Gonzalo, and it's been mega. One that year was probably one of the most hectic years, but it was beautiful how the whole project started. 24, it was again McLaren Trophy Europe. It was amazing, being being able to race for a second year in a row with that amazing car, and in those amazing tracks that we already won and race alongside some great drivers. So it was mega for me. And then 25 this last year, we did a little change of air. We went and to the other side of the big sea, of the big ocean. We went to the States, and as well, just some pinching moments, racing in some iconic tracks, finishing second on the McLaren Trophy Championship. But this year is gonna be mega because we're going endurance. We're here at the MTC today. We got the media day, so all of the drivers from all of the lineups that McLaren has in the factory program are here, making obviously the press day, taking the pictures, looking good with all of the McLaren kit. We are with Jaden and Josh, our teammates in the GT World Challenge Championship with Greystone GT, and it's basically today being in a special place like is McLaren, having all of these moments, taking picture. We have a really cool snowy day outside. It's just mega, and it's quite cool. Just getting the videos, getting interviews, getting all of the at the end of the day, all of the media content, so they can release it to the press and make it big for them. So it's mega. Hanging out with the guys, no, most of them, because race against stories, we've been teammates in the past. So it's just such a great time, and being able to do it here next to these iconic cars. We're right now next to like the Project Endurance, the winning car from Land of this year, and behind us we got Pato Ward's car. So it's just iconic. So no words to describe it. Well, so what a place, McLaren, one of the most iconic tracks. And it all starts because one guy from New Zealand just had one dream, one passion. And it's the same passion that joined all of us. It's just racing, it's the motorsport at the end of the day. McLaren is one of the only teams, if it's not the only one, that has the triple crown, that is winning the 500, Indy 500, Monaco GP, and it has the 24 Hour of Le Mans. Iconic car, the car that we have behind, is just the car that wins that Le Mans race, that dream that we all the drivers that love endurance have. But McLaren is just not that point. McLaren is passion, is speed, is victory, is innovation. Has so many ways to describe this company that is just amazing. Being part of it for me is a dream. But now that it's been a couple of years working with them, doing this year the GT World Challenge with such an iconic brand, with an iconic car, is gonna be mega. And McLaren, 10 world championships in F1, a lot of titles in endurance, and a lot of titles into the IndyCar series. Can anywhere where you go, McLaren has won. So let's do the same because it's what McLaren does, and it's just winning. Tommy Pintos, I'm 20 years old, and I'm doing GT World Challenge Endurance with Greystone GT.
Cool.
Do I say my name or just McLaren Trophy?
Do the same thing again, and just add trophy on the end.
Okay. Well, I'm Tommy Pintos. I'm 20 years old, and I'm gonna be doing McLaren Trophy America.
You're not going to be doing both.
What do you mean?
You're
Oh,
going to be doing
doing
both championships, aren't you?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you
So,
want me to do both?
do the whole thing.
Okay,
Because I don't know when we're going to use this. So if we put this out after you've announced
okay.
Trophy America, then it'll be.
But I don't know the team yet because it's still
In that case, just do
GT World Challenge.
GT World Challenge and Trophy America.
Okay. Well, I'm Tommy Pintos. I'm 20 years old, and I'm gonna be doing the GT World Challenge Endurance with Greystone GT and the McLaren Trophy America.
Cool. Tommy, what is your favourite circuit?
Spa-Francorchamps, no doubt.
Greatest motorsport achievement?
Race for McLaren, and just probably win the McLaren Trophy Europe.
Cool. Can you give me the answer again, but repeat? Do my greatest motorsport achievement.
Oh, okay. My greatest motorsport achievement is probably race for McLaren and be the McLaren champion. My greatest motorsport achievement probably is race for McLaren and be the inaugural champion of the McLaren Trophy Europe.
Cool. What are your hopes for the 2026 season?
Well, easy. We came here to do our best. So my hopes for this year is probably try to win the silver category of the GT World Challenge, and then just do the best as I can do on the track.
Excellent. Why do you race?
Why do I race? That's a good question. Since I was a young kid, my family put me into racing and I fell in love. And since then, when you see what your partner is going to be for life, I think I fell in love and it's my love in first sight. So it's just full passion. I be dedicated and I can say I'm living my dream life. So that's why I race. Well, so we're in Miami right now. We're preparing for this race, obviously for the end of the season. But as well, the McLaren Artura, it helped us a lot because the trophy spec car, it requires a lot from the driver and it requires so much physically and mentally that for the GT World Challenge, I think is the best preparation. Obviously, these last 3 years, that was a bit too loud. Nah, but these last 3 years, he's been preparing at the end of the day for this goal. So why don't keep doing it at the same time to just prepare? You have amazing drivers that they drive really hard. You have amazing tracks, an amazing car. So why not just use all of these 3 components to prepare for the toughest championship in the world?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you guys doing down there? I'm just doing the boring part of the day. Now that we're back in the house and we finished doing all of the cool bits on the track, just getting the cars set up and everything. The guys been working on it, doing the set down, getting ready for tomorrow. We need to do some homework, obviously. I'm doing some thermofluids work for performance analysis of an engine, and it's just like a little bit of a puzzle. They just give us a spreadsheet with just some bits here and then you just need to use them to just fill the blanks, and then with those blanks you start doing graphs, and then with those graphs you end up having the whole coursework done. So yeah, it's just kind of fun just trying to find which formula to use, which one of them, and I'm just missing 4 of these tells that I need to just fully do, so I hope I can get it done before tomorrow. But yeah, let's see if I can do it.